Hello, good morning all. Welcome to the TriScrum podcast powered by triscrum.com. I have Arun with me. My name is Venkatesh. Today we are going to continue with the team coaching competencies. We have already covered a couple of team coaching competencies. If you have not watched that video, I would request you to go back and watch some of the previous videos. In this podcast, we are going to talk about another team coaching competencies called facilitating collaboration. So we sort of planning to divide this into three steps. One is we're going to talk about what is facilitating collaboration. And then the second thing we're going to talk about why is that so important. And in the third phase is when we're going to talk about some of the tips for team coaches to facilitate collaboration. So without any further delay, let's get into the podcast. Please help me understand, in your opinion, what do you mean by facilitating collaboration?
Okay, so before even going to facilitating collaboration, let's understand let's picture ourselves how collaboration looks like, right? In case of a dance performance, so the thing that we look in is a synchronous movement of the people who are dancing, right? So even one person moves the other way, it looks odd, right? So it's the synchronous things that is there is because of the collaboration that they have among themselves as a dance troupe. So likewise, in a team, when they are synchronously working together towards a common objective, we'll give a good picture about the team is collaborating well. Now, coming to facilitating collaboration as a capability that a team coach should bring in is like, okay, hey, you as a team coach should help the people in the team understand their relationship better, their skills better, and then create an environment for them to collaborate better. So it's not like there is a conflict, you go there, be there's a neutral person, facilitate, and then make them come to a common point. Rather than that, how can we create an environment and build that capability within that team? They themselves go and solve that, collaborate well, solve that problem without the help of the coach. So that means you have done a good job of creating the capability in the team of facilitating collaboration.
Okay, so it's a good point, and I do agree with that. When you see a group of people dancing, the first thing that you would notice is whether they are in sync or not. If even one person is out of sync, it is going to be explicitly evident that the teams are not doing well, and the whole choreography is going to go on a toss. I do agree, and my experience has been same, and it is one of the difficult skill sets for the team coaches, in my opinion, to bring that collaboration, and that's why we decided to put that as a part of one of the competencies of team coaching. And in my view, facilitating collaboration is how are you going to bring a group of people together to achieve a common purpose. It's not going to be easier because people are coming from different backgrounds, different interests, and maybe different goals. But beyond all these, how are you going to bring people together? That's going to be one of the fascinating competencies, in my opinion, as a team coach, right? So let's get into the second phase of this conversation, Arun. Why is that so important?
Okay, so as you rightly said, it looks odd, or the team's way of working will be distracted even if one person creates the chaos in the team, right? So now coming to a study that's been done by McKinsey and Company in 2017, their study reveals that there is a strong correlation between collaboration and business results, right? At the end of the day, teams are there to achieve some business results. So you can see why collaboration. So only when you have a good collaboration, you're going to be a successful team by achieving your results, right? So that's a testimony to say why facilitate collaboration is important.
Interesting. And I recall a book called The No Rules Rules by Reed, who's the CEO of Netflix. He even endorsed that one of the main ingredients for Netflix success is collaboration, because they wanted to promote candor culture. And when the moment you are trying to promote candor culture, people need to be collaborative. only if they are going to be collaborative, we can even think about promoting such cultures, right? And one of the researchers, right, in MIT Slogan Review, I done a deep dive research on how collaboration is important, how important collaboration, especially in workplace. And surprisingly, 72% of the respondents responded that their workplace lacks collaboration. And they've also agreed because of that, they are not so engaged to come to work. They feel less enthusiasm when you think about work. So I feel that based on my experience as well, this is going to be one of the key ingredients. That is a gel, I would say, that's going to bring all these people together. Unless you have the gel, we cannot call teams as teams. There are going to be a number of individuals working in silos, right? So let's move on to the third interesting part of this webcast, Arun. I think most coaches that we interacted in our workshops, maybe in conferences, used to ask us tips, give us some tips to embrace or enable collaboration at the workplace. As team coaches, I truly empathize with them because that's one of the difficult tasks, especially you got to see the culture of the company. You got to also see the team dynamics. At the same time, you got to consider the results that you are trying to bring in as a coach. You have a lot of pressure, right? At the same time, you need to embrace that collaborative mindset, and you got to facilitate that collaborative mindset in people. So let's talk about some tips that you would like to suggest how to facilitate collaboration.
I like how we said mindset, right? Collaborative mindset. So it starts from the coach acknowledging that, you know what, people would be different. People would be coming from diverse backgrounds. So the first thing first is embracing the diversity, and then trying to make people understand their relationship better, understand their backgrounds better, and then acknowledging each other. Hey, yeah, I understand where the point is coming from. Based on the background that he's thinking on. So that gives a bit of an empathy to the people in the team to, okay, there's a view from Venkat's point of view. Let's acknowledge that and then try to see how I can collaborate. So maybe embracing diversity is one of the key tip that an agile coach needs to take for this capability.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I think the most important aspect for me is around maybe promoting the culture of vulnerability, because if I'm going to be really vulnerable with each other, I'm going to be collaborative. So I can give you a couple of evidences, right? One of the Netherlands-based company, they are actually promoting vulnerability by organizing Family Day. People used to think Family Day means I can bring a bunch of members to my family and we can have breakfast or dinner, whatever, organized by the organization. So there is a deep meaning towards it, which is when people are trying to see the maybe other side of the world or other part of your personal life, they are going to empathize with you. Hey, Arun is having a different interest. Maybe he's a guitarist, he's a great sports person, and he likes cricket. And that's going to act as a gel, maybe breaking the initial inertia so that people are going to collaborate with each other. So that is one of the things that I've come across in my journey. And it did work. And you sort of covered about the diversity, right? In my opinion, diversity really helps. And there are several researchers, they have proved that team diversity is one of the key ingredients in facilitating collaboration.
Okay.
So what else do you have, Arun, for today to share some of the tips for facilitating collaboration?
Yeah, maybe inclusive decision making. So people, it's not like the hippo has the highest paid person's opinion matters, right? So we call it as hippo matters. It's not that way. At least everyone in the team has some say in the decision making that we do. So that sort of a culture would help this facilitate collaboration as a capability to be built inside the teams. That's on.
Yeah, and the one thing, the last tip maybe I would like to share is one of the companies that I worked, they used to have open huddle sessions. Right? Let's not talk about Google's innovative workplace, open workspaces and all that, right? Apart from this, there's something called open huddles where team members are given an opportunity to talk to each other openly. We used to say open huddle for 10 minutes. Anybody can discuss about anything without without having any inhibitions. At the same time, they are going to embrace the values. So the moment you bring values to the table and also help people or give an opportunity for people to have an open huddle, that's going to be one of the enablers for collaboration, because people get to know each other. People are going to be vulnerable with each other. They are not going to carry a lot of baggage while they are trying to share some insights. That's also one of the things that I have come across and really worked for me.
Okay, cool.
So I hope this webcast around facilitating team collaboration really helped you. There is a content on the TriScrum website as well. You can go through under the Agile Coaching Competencies. One of the competencies, team coaching collaboration. Facilitating collaboration as one of the competencies. I hope you enjoyed the webcast. If you really enjoyed the webcast, please subscribe to this channel so that you get notification about the forthcoming webcasts. And the next is around leadership coaching competencies maybe. Thank you so much for watching and see you soon.
Thanks, everyone.